Rick Dale and his team were the finest at restoring attic items to their original condition. Their talent led to the hit reality show The American Restoration. The concert was a hit, and everyone searched their attics for their next prize. Even though he was good and interesting, the 2016 program cancellation hurt him. It surprised everyone. Many want to know what happened and why the show ended. Many don't know that a horrific accident started it all. Today's movie will examine the events leading up to the horrific catastrophe and why it terminated The American Restoration. Rick Dale, who built The American Restoration, must be mentioned. Unlike many, Rick Dale has appreciated ancient things since childhood. Many of his childhood neighbors he adored sprucing up. He repaired for years before TV became famous. In Newport Beach, California, Rick was born on December 13, 1970. His family encouraged him to think creatively and solve difficulties. Rick's Army father repeatedly told him and his brother Ron to fix things instead of buying new ones. Rick has always been interested. He routinely took things apart at home and reassembled them as a child. Old items fascinated him because of their beauty and functionality. Rick started fixing bikes, old tools, and other items as a teenager, paying attention to details. Rick began repairing as a pastime. After high school, he had odd jobs but always loved fixing things. He rebuilt an old Coke machine for his dad as his first significant work. Because it worked so well, friends and neighbors wanted him to do similar work, so he turned his passion into a company. Rick risked opening Rick's Restorations in Las Vegas in the late 1980s. Initially, the company did little, collected vintage electronics and memorabilia. Rick became famous for paying attention to every detail and fixing broken objects. As collectors discovered his work, his sales grew. He created American Restoration after becoming prominent on the History Channel. Before then, Rick Dale's Las Vegas business, Rick's Restorations, was discreet but prosperous. The well-done and detailed design made it popular among collectors, although it wasn't dazzling. Rick was a master at restoring nostalgic Americana. He repaired light signs, petrol pumps, Coca-Cola machines, and jukeboxes. Vintage items. These weren't cosmetic fixes. Rick made sure every item operated like new while maintaining its style and era. Working in the shop was simple and useful. Each repair phase had its own space. Taking apart, repairing, painting, and reassembling. Each item was labored over, as demonstrated by the old tools, components, and half-finished projects on the shelves. Back then, it was a place to work, not shop or visit. Private collectors, small business owners, and antique sellers seeking unique products were Rick's main clientele. He wasn't well-known nationwide, but he was well-known in the area and among restorers. Rick was trustworthy, skilled, and concerned about preserving each piece's history, thus he got work easily. It was hard to manage this firm. Rick worked on several damaged items when they arrived at the business. Rusty, broken, and missing parts. New parts for decades-old items were scarce. Rick sometimes made pieces from scratch to ensure accuracy. Some tasks were difficult and time-consuming, but the results always spoke for themselves. Rick became famous in restoration after TV directors discovered him. The American Restoration began because they observed how much he enjoyed his job and the history behind the objects he fixed up. Rick's shop and ability would reach new audiences through the show. Before becoming famous, it was a shop run by a recycler. American Restoration brings things back to life with loads of stories that improve their taste. Pawn Stars, a fascinating History Channel show, begins the American Restoration saga. Pawn Stars took place at Las Vegas pawn shops. People brought unusual vintage items to sell or lend. Some of these were broken and needed repair before being worth anything. Rick Dale stepped in. He owned and ran Rick's Restorations, a repair shop, among the greatest in its field. Once, Pawn Stars wanted someone to fix an ancient Coca-Cola machine. Rick performed well when summoned. Rick and his team starred in American Restoration for 6 years. Global senders shipped their items to Las Vegas in hopes that Rick could make them disappear after the show. The first 6 seasons of American Restoration introduced viewers to Rick Dale and his staff at Rick's Restorations, a Las Vegas firm that repairs old goods. The series' skilled craftsmanship, engaging characters, and meaningful stories made it popular among nostalgia and restoration aficionados. In Season 1, Rick's shop and workers were introduced. In each episode, an old object was repaired, from petrol stations to salons. Many brought in personal or historical items. Rick's crew did this carefully to honor the stories. Rick's preteen son Tyler helped in the shop. His laid-back approach often annoyed his dad when he was learning the trade. Rick's brother Ron, who picked slowly but skillfully, and nephew Brettley. He made us laugh with his awkward but cute attitude. Their collaboration made the show funnier and friendlier. Later in the show, projects become increasingly varied and demanding. Customers brought neon signs and old stoves, and Rick sometimes bought to refurbish and sell. Rick's tips made the show fun and educational by teaching viewers how to fix items. Family bonds mattered more then. Kelly Rick, Rick's wife, oversaw the shop's business. She organized the crew and served customers. Rick that Kelly marry him in a remarkable show, making the moment more personal and touching. Tyler's promotion to shop manager prompted team conflict. By the mid-seasons, Rick's fixes were routine. The shop had 6 to 12 projects at once. These might be custom motorbikes or toy trains. Rick's increasing staff included painters Nico and Leonard, who adored finding hidden treasures. Longtime employees like Kyle, the finisher, and Cowboy, the tough but adept metal cleaner, helped the shop succeed. The crew had many skills, but their personalities made things intriguing. Ron's delayed labor and Cowboy's grumpiness tested Rick's patience. Brettley started picking well. He amazed everyone with his sales skills in one episode. Rick mixed being optimistic and making everyone feel like family. By season 6, American Restoration was booming. They tackled their biggest projects. They demonstrate their creativity and competence with each repair. Customers are emotionally attached to their belongings, thus the narrative stayed central. Tyler took on more responsibilities and Brettley gained confidence, growing the shop. Kelly ran the business well and helped Rick's artistic idea succeed. American Restoration's first 6 seasons were great for their skill, history, and passion. The personalities of Rick Dale's staff mirrored his repair passion. Their eccentricities and interactions enriched the play. Every episode emphasized the miracle of reviving old objects, from the miraculous transformations of rusting antiques to the heartfelt viewer emotions. Rick's Restorations remains popular on reality TV despite moving on to other repair companies. It went beyond fixing problems. Repair was used to preserve stories, honor history, and make people happy. But catastrophe occurred in Season 7. Season 7 saw major History Channel changes. Instead of Rick Dale and Rick's Restorations, they included many national repair companies. It was aimed to demonstrate variety and offer new repair ideas. But this adjustment distracted from Rick, the show's star. People who watched the first show were disappointed because they appreciated Rick's shop and staff. American Restoration lost viewers like many reality series. Viewers may have moved on or stopped watching after a few seasons since tastes change. Due to its new direction featuring diverse merchants, the show struggled to retain its audience. By the end of its run, many TV shows were like American Restoration. OnStars, American Pickers, Counting Cars, and others focused on restoring and collecting antique goods. American Restoration had little room to shine. It lost some of its novelty due to the number of similar shows, and viewers may have believed they'd seen enough. Reality shows are expensive to produce. A group must be paid. Put the props back together normally. The movie's shooting and editing determine its costs. Even if the show does well, marketers and networks may not be able to fund it. When ratings dropped, the network may have decided it wasn't worth sponsoring the show. Sometimes networks want to experiment new show formats and schedules. The History Channel may have stopped airing repair episodes, or maybe they assumed America's resurgence was limited. New TV shows regularly replace old ones. TV stations must adjust to increased competition and changing consumer tastes. There are many theories regarding why Rick and his staff were absent in the 7th season, but neither the producers nor Rick have confirmed anything. Naturally, no one could explain why. Rick posted a video inviting followers to visit the American Restoration website to express their dissatisfaction while they were still confused. He never explained why he and his crew stopped working on the show or why the History Channel didn't say anything. Even after the show finished, many admired American Restoration. The event went beyond reviving exhibits. It was also about the owners and why they gave Rick the items. People will remember Rick and his crew's work after the show ends. The group seems to have moved on. American Repair lead Rick Dale has stopped working on his soda machine and classic automobile repair firm to embark on new ventures. His shop, Rick's Restorations, is closed. There are rumors that it may reopen in a different location without Rick. Rick has attempted different things after the show finished. He founded My Best Font Forward Creations, a laser cutting and embroidery company. Amazon sells his book Classic Soda Machines. Rick enjoys time with his wife Kelly, children, and grandchildren. Resumed family life following a repair break. Tyler Dale, Rick's teen son, appeared on the episode. He was intended to inherit the family company. Tyler chose to stay in repair despite the possibility of becoming a doctor like his father. He keeps creating, welding, woodworking, and running a water jet. His social media activity has been low since 2021. He discussed his classic and muscle automobile projects in his last blogs. Tyler has volunteered with Vegas Shepherd Rescue and Camp Possibility. His whereabouts and personal life are unknown, but he appears to be concentrating on his art and improving his neighborhood. Rick's grandson, Brettley Otterman, was recognized on the show for doing dull duties others didn't want. When the presentation, Brettley started a sanding business when people recognized his skill. He bought a failing Las Vegas mobile sandblasting business and now runs CleanWorks Mobile Media Blasting, which is successful. With 3 blasting rigs, Brettley has made a fair life using his skills. His wife, Steph, and 3 children live in Las Vegas. playing with his family and establishing his business. Cowboy joined Rick's crew early. Known for his skill and roughness, Cowboy didn't want to be renowned like other contestants, thus he hasn't been seen much since the competition ended. He has no visible social media accounts or appearances. Cowboy may be living on a farm away of the spotlight. Show viewers remember his outstanding skills and willingness to keep his personal life private. Ron Dale, Rick's younger brother, picked materials for American restoration jobs. Ron's life changed after the show. He enjoys building motorcycles now. He makes unique bikes in his home shop. Ron enjoys his new bike building passion and his tranquil existence. His TV memories are good. In the show's background, Rick's wife Kelly Dale was crucial. Paying bills and serving customers were her duties. Kelly has done nicely on real estate since American Restoration ended. She hosts auto shows and remains active on social media. Kelly serves on the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Board while juggling family and career. Her business acumen shines. Rick's Restorations used Kyle Astorga to disassemble and reassemble projects. His job ambitions have altered and he now pursues something else. Kyle left Repair to hunt and dress. Working on over 45,000 acres in New Mexico's Cimarron Valley, his experience with bulls and broncos as a rodeo performer makes him a good trainer. He prefers living in the woods away from social media and the spotlight. Some stories don't have to end tragically, even when many people love the show. Rick Dale and company are well. The show's cancellation was heartbreaking.